Research in general is very difficult because as a grad student, you're constantly doing a million things. I take classes, I teach classes, and I'm doing research. Sometimes when I'm trying to get a paper done, I can spend 12 hours a day. Sometimes it depends on what's going on. So I think the biggest struggle for me has been trying to balance all of those while also having like a normal life, social life and family life and things like that. I do a lot of microscopy. I study cells in the retina that can respond to light without input from rods and cones. So they control things like circadian rhythms, so like when you go to sleep, when you wake up. Melanopsin ganglion cells have a prominent role in health and disease, and they can either be very affected by it or very resistant to it. They're like the ganglion cells that don't die. They were only discovered about 18 years ago, and in the realm of retinal neuroscience, that's pretty recent, and people are looking at them in like Alzheimer's and things like migraines and stuff like that. I applied for the grant in February, and then I learned that I had received it in April. What I was kind of going for in my proposal was looking for how my cells are affected in early glaucoma to see if that might be an early sign of glaucoma. And so we found that some of these cells have these weird projections into an area of the retina that no one has ever seen before. And so I found some cool evidence of connections between cells in a layer of the retina that no one has ever seen before, which is very interesting. And so after I graduate, I think I want to try to get a postdoctoral position. There's a lab in Stanford that I would really like to go to, also a lab in Seattle, so we'll see.